In this video, I want to cover tables in Access and specifically sorting and filtering table data. So in this Northwind database, I have my products table. So let's look at the products table. And I've got a lot of data here about my different products. So you can sort it by your product name, for example. And it's the typical sorting. You would just select the column and say you wanted to sort ascending or descending. And you can remove the sort here as well. Okay, so notice in the table I have 45 records down here at the bottom. So if you also wanted to sort, you could go to the drop down and the sorting options are here as well. So let's talk a little bit about the filtering. So for filtering, I just want to filter on the category of the data. So for each product that's considered in a specific category, so I can filter the data based on certain categories. So you have some filtering options here. That's just going to bring up whichever column that you are currently clicked in. And then there's filter by selection and some advanced options such as filtering by form. So let's say if I wanted to go in and filter just the candy products, I can deselect those and just choose candy. Okay. And let's just say, for example, if I wanted the baked goods and mixes, I could select that and it would show all of those. Okay. So down here it says that there are 5 records and it is filtered. Okay. So I can clear the filter and it goes back to my 45 records originally, and it will tell you that it's not filtered. So there are some text filters as well. So if I wanted to say I want it to equal pasta, for example, it will show only the ones that are pasta. So your text filters provide different options. If you don't want the ones that are pasta, for example, you would say it's not equal to pasta. Or if it begins with a certain letter, doesn't begin with a certain letter, contains or ends with, you've got lots of options here. So I'm going to clear that filter and go back in, and let's say I want it to be equal to canned meat, right? So I would just say equals canned meat. Okay, so that filters it based on canned meat. So, and you can toggle your filter back and forth. This will show you the original data, and then if you toggle it back, it shows you the filtered data. Okay, but let's go back in and say we also have canned fruits and vegetables and some other options. So let's go into I'm going to clear the filter just so that we know it's back to normal. And let's say that we want it to contain the word canned. Okay, so if it contains the word canned, it should bring up anything that has the word canned in it. Okay, so there are 11 and you can see that that is filtered. Okay, now toggling filter just toggles it back on and off. It doesn't remove the filter. So if I need to remove it, I can go back and clear the filter. Okay, so those are some different options for filtering. You have some other options besides this. There's filter by selection and filter by form. So the filter by selection, let's just say, for example, if I wanted beverages, I could select anyone that's beverages here, and I'm going to filter by whatever I have selected. Okay, so I've selected beverages, and I'm just going to say selection. And again, you have those options. Do you want it to equal beverages or not? Do you want it to contain that word and so forth? So I'll just say I want it to be only the beverages category. Okay. So again, you can toggle the filter, but that doesn't remove it. It's if you toggle it back on, you still have that filter there. So for the selection, you can choose a specific selection in the data, and then it will filter it only by that selection. Okay, so for example, if you wanted to go in and say canned meat, you could say that it's anything that would not equal canned meat. So it would bring up everything, but you would not find canned meat displayed. Okay, so we will clear that filter. And let's go in and try filter by form. The filtering by selection, you can do one at a time, but the filter by form will allow you to filter based on multiple fields. Okay, so go under Advanced for filter by form, and it shows you just a blank row. So what it's going to allow you to do is put in the values for each field that you want to filter. So let's say if I wanted the standard cost of these products, if I only wanted to show those that are greater than or equal to $15. So I'll put greater than equal 15. Sorry, I missed my equal sign in there. And so that'll pull in anything that's greater than or equal to 15. And let's say I want all those that are discontinued, which is a checkbox field. So that means it's yes or no value, right? If it's checked, it's yes, meaning they're discontinued. So I'm going to check on that. And if I go in and toggle my filter, it's going to show me only those 4 items that have a cost of above 15 and that are discontinued. So there are lots of ways that you can do those filter by forms. Let's just say if I wanted to take off the discontinued, and let's say anything that's greater than or equal to $15 that is in the canned meat category, for example. Okay, so let's see if there are any that are greater than or equal to 15. So there are not. You can see that it did not apply that. It applied the filter, but did not bring up any results. So there are none that are in that category that are greater than or equal to 15. Okay, so maybe I could say if it's greater than or equal to 10 in the canned meat category. Are there any like that? So yes, there is one that has a cost of $13 that is a type of canned meat. Okay, so I'm going to remove that filter. You can see at the bottom it's no filter, and it's gone back to the 45 results. So that's a quick overview of using the sort and filtering options in Access.